Hey guys, Ryan Crane here. It's so glad to have Paul Steele. He's the director of tennis at Sunset Hills Country Club in Thousand Oaks. He's been the director of tennis for 30 years. He's a former All-American, and he's accomplished so much in tennis, and he's been around the game so long, working with players at all levels, from your recreational player all the way up to your collegiate and professional player. And Paul, it's great to have you here.
Thanks, Ryan. Thanks for having me. It's always good to talk to you and learn a little bit more about tennis and injury prevention and all the things that you entail.
Excellent. Well, one of the questions that I get asked a lot is, where's the game going in the next 5 to 10 years at the rec level? And, someone who's been around the game so long, I thought you'd be a good person to ask that.
Another good question. Really, it'll be an interesting process, actually, because the kids who are coming up now, with the way that the game has changed in the last 5 or 10 years, with so much more spin and hitting the ball so much harder, and the grips that they use being so much different, it'll be an interesting transition, because at the rec level, most people are playing doubles. I mean, that's just the way it is. We're a little bit older, we're, hips hurt a little bit, back hurts a little bit, and so most people are playing doubles. They're not out there playing, 2 out of 3 sets of singles on the weekend anymore, for sure. But all these kids that are coming up are all singles players. The doubles game has been neglected to the point of almost being extinct, and all these kids now are going to be our future of playing tennis. So going forward, all these kids who don't know how to volley, who have some really interesting grips, are going to be now playing doubles and learning how to play doubles, and it's going to be an interesting thing to watch how they assimilate into the doubles game and into kind of recreational senior tennis as they get a little bit older.
Yeah, I think that's a great point where, a lot of kids playing nowadays really just focus on their singles and serving and hitting big forehands, and they don't learn the fundamentals on, how to volley or how to construct a point or, how to, hit a proper two-handed backhand the way that you may coach it. And, that's a big problem that I know a lot of the players struggle with.
Yeah, and that's part. Obviously, as teachers and coaches, that falls on our shoulders to do that, and then part of that falls on a little bit of the parents and wanting quick results and wanting their kid to get a higher ranking and so that they can have potential scholarships and all those kind of things, and so there's a lot of different factors that go into it, but that I think is going to be the biggest challenge for our next generation of players coming up, is how do we assimilate them into the doubles game, into the recreational senior kind of play.
If for all the viewers that are watching us today, if you could give them one tip to lengthen their careers and have them improving their game over the next 5 to 10 years, what would it be?
Probably longevity-wise is to make sure that after you're done playing, do something that's recovery-based. Do something that is going to lengthen you back out again. Tennis is a pretty rough sport on you physically. I mean, there's a lot of pounding. You're doing a lot of running. Your hips, your back, your knees. You're in a semi-crouched position for a lot of the time. So anything that you can do that lengthens you back out again, and anything that is recovery-based, whether it be rolling or just doing some simple 5 minutes of stretches or whatever it is, anything after you get done playing is beneficial.
Well, there you have it. That's what I tell my players all the time is the best time to take care of your body is within the first 15 minutes after you're coming off the court. Go into the locker room, stretch right there on the court, use foam rollers, use stretch bands, and you will notice your recovery will be that much faster. You'll have less aches and pains and less injuries. And here's Paul, who's been in the game for 30 years, is answering that same question the exact same way I would. So that shows you how important recovery is in taking care of your body off of the court.
Absolutely. And as the problem becomes is, like we were talking about in the next 10 or 15 years, most of the people that have played when they're young and fit and feeling pretty good don't think about that until they're a little older and not quite so fit and not quite so in shape, and then it becomes an issue then. Don't have to wait till then to do that. You can work on your recovery now, so it'll make your career that much longer.
Awesome. Well, what a great tip, and Paul, it's been such a pleasure to have you here today. And for the viewers that are watching this video and learning about you for the first time, where can they find more information about you or any of your programs?
You can always find me on our website, which is www.manofsteelsports.com.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for watching this video. Paul, thank you for your time. I know you're super busy in your career, but it's a pleasure to have you, and I look forward to having you again.
Always fun to be here.
Thank you, Paul.
Thank you.